Recording in progress.
Good morning, everyone. Just to finish up from last week, last week's message. Ecclesiastics from the MSG Bible, Ecclesiastics 7 and a part of verse 8 reads, "Endings are better than beginnings." I wanted to reiterate to you that your latter, although you look like nothing now, your latter will be greater. Let's get to this week's topic here. One of my all-time favorite songs, I just love the song, is "I Surrender All." It's just a song that I just always loved. The hymn, the original hymn was written by Judson W. Van de Venter, if I'm saying his name correctly, and that was in 1896. In 1896 when that was written. The music was composed by someone named Winfield S. Whedon. Now, since then, of course, various artists have sung the song. I actually thought it was written by Andre Crouch because his was so famous. But but a lot of people have sung that song, "I Surrender All." But the message of surrendering all to God, even to this date, I don't know how old the song is or how long it's been sung or how many people have sung it. It just encourages my spirit. The song "I Surrender All." Now that brings us to today's topic, which is entitled "Nothing Without You." Ah, my. The mission statement for today is, "It is because of God that we survive, act, and have existence." Biblically, it says we live, move, and have our being. My goodness. But it is because of God. You know. Now, me personally, I can say this easily. I am what I am today because I constantly surrender everything I have to God. Now, sometimes surrendering gets misconstrued a bit. We interpret much of what we have as physical things. When someone is encouraged to surrender all to God, is often thought of in terms of money or possessions, things that we have. But God's intent in surrendering is purpose to be more spiritual and emotional and intellectual than the physical things that we might attain. On Kirk Whalum's, on one of his albums, Gospel According to Jazz #3, he has a song, "Because You Love Me." My God. George Duke, he just puts his all into that. And he plays the rendition of Celine Dion's song, and it just captures the heart of everyone who hears it. At the end of the song, Kurt Whalum talks because he's a preacher, and he says at the end of the song, "I am what I am because you love me." See, all of us, and I'm losing my voice a little bit, but we're going to get through this. I have allergies. I'm in North Carolina, and it is high allergy season. My goodness, but we're going to get through that. See, we are we're all blessed, all of us, and I am no more blessed than you, and you are not blessed more than I am. God has equally given himself to anyone who wants his presence in their lives. One Bible verse says, if you hunger and thirst after righteousness, you will be filled. See, God is the morality and the principles that we are hungry for. I'm going to read from the MSG Bible, Acts 17. I'm going to read from the 24th to the 29th verse, and it reads, the God who made the world and everything in it, this master of sky and land, doesn't live in custom-made shrines or need the human race to run errands for him, God, as if he couldn't take care of himself. He makes the creatures don't make him. Goodness. Starting from scratch, he made the entire human race and made the earth hospitable with plenty of time and space for living so we could seek after God and not just grope around in the dark, but actually find him. He doesn't play hide and seek with us. He's not remote. He's near. We live and move in him. We can't get away from him. One of your poets said it well. We're the God created. Well, if we are the God created, it doesn't make a lot of sense to think we could hire a sculptor to chisel a God out of stone for us, does it? Wow. That's Acts 17, verses 24 to 29. And I believe if I read it in the King James Version, you would have recognized it where it says, we live, we move, and we have our being. See, I feel in my heart that I am special to God. I am extraordinary. I feel like I'm extraordinary because God made me. But as marvelously created as I am, I'm incomplete. I am lacking because there are portions of me missing when I am separated from my Heavenly Father Creator. Now, some people who also feel that they're special, they make themselves to look like they are more than what they are. Now, this is going to be a little bit hard to describe because we must think of ourselves as something. Yeah. It bothers me. It really bothers me in my heart when I hear somebody say that I'm nothing, that they're nothing. Oh my goodness, that really bothers me. And it bothers me because God did not create nothing. He created something. You and I and all that we seek are the product of his marvelous creation. So let us never think of ourselves as nothing. But the problem comes when we elevate who we are by subtracting from others. So we are to think of ourselves as something, but at the same time, not think that we are more than someone else. Uh, when I first started writing this message, it had a different title. I entitled the messages "All Come Through the Blood," meaning everyone must come to God through the same process. No one receives a free pass. And none of us are born with a relationship with God. Every person is right in their own eyes, or they feel like they are. But when their eyes are open because of a God experience, they start to realize that we are truly nothing without God's guidance. Goodness. Every person must come to the realization that they cannot do this on their own. They can't live this life on their own. They can't make it on their own. The ESV Bible, Jeremiah 10 and the 23rd verse reads, I know, O Lord, that the way of man is not in himself. Goodness. That is not in man who walks to direct his steps. Goodness. See, I can honestly say that if it were not God, for God who was on my side, if God had not been on my side, if it had not been God who was on my side, where would I be? I I don't know where I'm going. Goodness. I don't even know the way. God. I'm just like every other person. Each day I get up and I put one foot in front of the other and try to survive and exist in this world. I don't have, some people make you think that they have an in with God, but I don't. I don't. My pathway is not any brighter than anybody else's pathway is. My goodness, my goodness. Kirk Franklin writes a song. I love it. I listen to it a lot. It's called Forever Beautiful Grace. Yeah. In that song, he says, God created grace just for him. And what he is singing about is that he has made so many mistakes in his life, and he feels in his heart that God invented an endless supply of grace because he requires so much of it. That's the way it works. Oh my goodness. God's grace is deep. And if it were not for the grace of God, who would be exempt from everlasting? I made this word up, lostness. I couldn't think of a word, so I made a word up. And lostness, goodness. God's grace is for us, and we need to make it, like Kirk Franklin, we need to make it personal. Oh my goodness. So personal that we stop insinuating that you need so much grace. Goodness. But realize that I require an extensive amount of God's amazing grace. Oh my God. It's like the late Frank Williams sings, your grace and mercy brought me through. I'm living this moment because of you. I want to thank you and praise you too. Your grace and mercy, it brought me through. You see, so many of us today are just really quick to point out the mistakes that others make, other people's faults, other people's mess ups. But the truth of the matter is I need God's grace because I am wrong sometimes. God, I don't always do the right things. My words don't always come out right. And occasionally I think of things that are not good. And instead of looking at someone else and mocking their errors, God, I need to focus more on what I'm doing. Goodness. Like the Winans sing that song, Are We Really Doing Your Will? I need to examine me and say, Father, am I doing the right thing? Am I living your will? Am I speaking the truth? Am I loving my brothers and sisters the way you said I should love them? This is the standard in which we are to uphold when it comes to our Heavenly Father's purpose. It's not my will, God. It's not my way, God. And it's not my word. Oh my goodness. I am nothing without you. And it's no shame. I have no shame this morning admitting that I need God in my everyday life. Goodness. I admit it. I am clueless without God's direction. Goodness. God holds all our paths right in his hands, but he makes the plans available to us. Goodness. He doesn't have secrets from us. In our open relationship with our Heavenly Father, he provides light into how we can live, how we can love, what our relationships could be with one another. All this is made available to us. The only thing we have to do is realize that we cannot do it on our own. We can't do it without God. Oh my goodness. One Bible verse says, our way is not his way. Goodness. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. Goodness. But what it goes on to say is that we can have access to the way he wants us to do things. His thought process, God, in doing them is made open to us. It's not a secret, God. It's not something that God gives light to some people and not to others. Oh my goodness. Rance Allen, he sings, he loses his mind singing a song, Lost Without You. God, God, God. This song, I wish some of you can hear it. And those who know Rance Allen he gets very, very emotional in his singing, and creative in the way that he deliberates his words. But in this song, Lost Without You, he passionately sings about how he would be, how he not able to live if it were not for God who is in his life. And some of the lyrics to that song is, where would I be, goodness, if the Lord wasn't on my side? The thought is so frightening, I can't describe. Where would I be if the enemy came in like a flood and if I wasn't covered by Jesus' blood? He said, I would be out on a limb if I had to live my life without him. Oh, but with Jesus Christ, all is worth it. Goodness. Because without him in my life, I would fail. He says, I would be like a ship without a sail. My life would be lost without you. Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Oh my God. That's how I feel, El. That's how I feel. I would be lost without him. Just lost without him. My God, my God. I come to you, mostly once a week, and and I talk to you, and I thank y'all who hear me. I thank y'all who listen to me. And I hopefully you realize something about me coming to you in the morning is one of the things I try to do in every lesson or topic that I teach is I try not to tell anybody what to do. How am I going to tell you what to do when I don't know? Oh my goodness. I try to make known to everyone who hears me that you need to have a relationship with God yourself. Don't rely on me or anyone else to tell you everything. I can point you, I can give you some guidance, but I can't tell you what to do with your life. Goodness. I, see, you can go to God directly because He is waiting for you. He's waiting to hear from you and He's waiting to answer you. My goodness, the RSV Bible, um, NRSV, sorry, y'all, the NRSV Bible, John 15:1 reads, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit because apart from me, you can do nothing. Oh my goodness. Kirk Franklin's song, Without You. I love that song. Oh my goodness. And that's another song that I listen to. I've been listening to things this week that remind me that I am something, but I'm nothing without God. Oh, so Kirk Franklin's song "Without You." Some of the lyrics I wrote the lyrics down, and some of them are "Without you, life is a song with no end." Oh my goodness! Without you, like having a heart that won't mend. Without you, we're just actors on a stage, like a child who's lost his way wouldn't be here today without you. If y'all haven't heard that, listen to that. Listen to that. It's a beautiful song from Kirk Franklin. It amazes me how people try to lead others to believe that they have this thing all figured out. God, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm gonna be 100. I do not have this thing all figured out. I openly admit, if you haven't wondered, I'm telling you today that I am 100% lost outside of God's grace. If he if he does not direct me, if he doesn't tell me what to do, then I'm confused. I'm perplexed. I'm lost. I just admit it. I'm telling you today, I'm admitting this openly. I need God every day because I am truly, I don't care what you see, and some people see me and they think that I have things together or think that I understand a lot of things or know a lot of things. I'm telling you today that I am truly nothing without him in my life. Thank you for hearing me this morning. You be blessed. Allow God to be in your life. Allow God to work in your life. Remember, in him we live, we move, and we have our being. I will talk to you again.